grr, baby. Very grr. Grr, baby. Very grr. That was Austin Powers say it. I don't know, that's what I think about when I see that face. Let me tell you that. I snuff her out. I sniff her out. Sniff those big titties out. Let's sniff those up.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Oh yeah?
I wanna fuck. I wanna fuck.
Ooh.
I'm coming for you.
Whoa. Relax, honey. I almost didn't come on tonight, I gotta be honest. I mean, I started the thing and almost didn't come. And this may not be a long stream. Let me be honest. I'll be upfront with you. Might not be a long stream. Might be a quick one here. A little quickie titties. Look at the titties. Look at the tits. Hey, look at the tits. Look at Stephanie McMahon's hooties. Stephanie McMahon stepping away for a little while from the WWE. Could be a lot of reasons why. Looks like family is the biggest. Lightning beat the Panthers. Is that true? Take that, Panthers. What Panthers just want to like make it interesting. I feel like that's what's going on with the Panthers. They're like, we kicked so much ass this season that we've got to be a little crappy in these games to make it believable-ish. You know? Swear to God, that's what they're doing. Dude, you would love Stephanie to just smash your body. You know? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Man, she is the teacher. You know? I bet you Triple H thought about that too. It was like, yeah, she's like a naughty teacher. Like you go to get a college class, first day of college, Stephanie McMahon's teaching you. And you're like, yeah, teach me. Teach me how to come. Teach me how to come again. You know? Teach me how to jizz. Teach me how to get wet. Damn, this other guy is 6,600 patrons. What the fuck? 6,600 patrons? Bro, their Patreon ship goes up to $500 a month. There's $1,000 God tier. Oh my God. These people, what the fuck? This guy just left my Patreon to go to these and is on still. This guy just left my Patreon, and I was looking at his thing, and I was like, oh, man, he left my Patreon. I remember him. He's a good guy, by the way. But he left, and I was like, oh, he's still a patron of this person. He's a patron of these people. Oh, my God, look at them. Look at this. They make $32,000 a month. Jesus Christ. What are they doing? What are they fucking doing over there that's so awesome? $32,000 a month on Patreon with 6,000 patrons. They should be at more than that. 6,600 times $5 a patron is, yeah, that's 33,000. It's 32,000. Damn. God damn. That's nuts. $32,000 a month. That's $400,000 a year. Damn. What are they doing over there? What is this company? What are they doing? What videos are they doing? What are they doing? They're doing like...
Doesn't throw them, but then when she uses it again...
They're doing video game commentaries?
Then he has like a salt and pepper attack where he can like season you up and he can eat you and like it does more damage. Like,
damn, they're doing like podcasts on...
I will see 5 people in the span of a week. And then in Hawaii, it was just like you could go to the more.
Damn, they just do like a video game podcast and stuff. Wow. What? They're just talking video games. What? Damn, I feel like shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, nobody was modding in here at all, so I was like, well, fuck this. I'll put it on members only mode. We had Joe rapes his kids. You know, Joe kills his own daughter in front of his wife. Leah dies pregnant in front of JB's family. We had all kinds of names in here, but there wasn't a mod around. So members only is on because of that. So, but I'm sure we won't be on much anyway. Stephanie McMahon takes a break, man. This could be it. Now, she says she's coming back. She's just, taking a break to settle family stuff. And by that, her daughters are pregnant, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, no, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. How old are the kids now, actually, to be honest? I don't even know. How old are the Hunter Helmsley children? Let me see. 2008. So no, well, we're getting there. 2018 is 10. 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh yeah, the kids are 14. Nobody's getting pregnant yet. Yeah, the youngest is 2006. So that's, well, 18. That's 18. Okay. So the youngest is 18, right? So that's... No, that would make her 16, actually. No, so she's 16. Yeah, so the kids, it has nothing to do with the kids. Going to college and getting pregnant, someone said. No, their kids are younger. Their kids are still 14 and 18, or 14, 16, and 12, I think. Something like that. Like, my kids are all kind of spread out like that. Imagine that, though. Imagine that. That's really it. Now, it's probably like, I don't know. Triple H is still making appearances and stuff. But I thought maybe it had something to do with Triple H and her own health, and well-being, to take a break away. That could be what it is. I don't know, though. I'm not 100%. I know that I had a crazy night tonight, man. I had several people's, it was crazy. It was like Leah had a beef with a family member, and I talked to her, and I had to talk to the other person, and then my friend hurt himself, and he was in my friend was having problems, and I was talking to him on the phone for like an hour. I talked to so many people tonight who had problems. It's like Mercury's in retrograde and everybody's got problems. I felt really bad for a lot of people tonight. I mean, I'm not in the best shape, but there was all these other people had this drama going on with them. And I couldn't help it. I was on the phone with my friend, Wolf, Bob. You guys somewhat know him a little bit, but my friend Bobby's on the phone. We were talking about playing wiffle ball and stuff. And he's like, yeah, he's not he's not having a good time right now. He's drinking a bit and he's getting kind of emotional and he won't go to the doctors. But I guess the other day he dropped a glass and he went to go pick it up, to go grab it before it fell. And as it smashed, his hand was coming down and it went into the glass and sliced his hand really badly, in a nerve area and everything. And it's really deep and he won't go to the doctors, because he's crazy. And, you know, he's like, I'm worried about it turning purple, though. If it starts turning purple, I'll have to go. He's like, but it's really, you know, it's really bad. I don't know. I'm just worried about losing that finger, you know. I'm like, go to the doctor. You have to go to the hospital, dude. He's like, it's been a couple of days. It's too late now, really. I'm like, no, it's not. You know, and I'm yelling at him and talking. And, God, I just wish he would go to the hospital, a crazy fuck. And it's like, I'm so busy with everything. It's hard for me to be there as much as I want to be there for my friend because I'm working 3 jobs essentially and everything else that I'm doing. But at least I'm talking to him on the phone. And 40 minutes in though, so we're talking about how he's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to play wiffle ball or video games. Because I was like, hey, let's play a game. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can't. You got a fucking injured hand. And he's like, yeah, I can't do anything because any flinch is crazy. And he's like, I don't know if I'll be able to play wiffle ball for like 3 to 6 weeks or who knows what the fuck. Or I'm like, dude, you could have permanent damage. Anyway, after all this, we're talking about fishing maybe on Sunday with the kids and stuff. So then like 40 minutes goes by. And all of a sudden, he must have dropped his phone and flinched or, you know, tripped or something. He's like, oh, ah, ah. And he makes this crazy sound. He goes, ah, ah, ah. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, oh my God, he must have moved his hand or something. And he's like, oh. He's like, I dropped my phone and I moved the bad hand. And I was like, and I just started dying laughing. He's like, yeah, it's really funny, you fuck. And I'm like, after 40 minutes of building up how your hands hurt, but you didn't make any sounds, you didn't complain about nothing really. And then all of a sudden, 40 minutes into the call, you going, ah! It's just wicked funny for some reason. And I was fucking dying, dude. Oh my God. That was really funny. Yeah, I was moonlighting as a psychologist. And then I was trying to explain to Leah why she has this problem with family member and then I was telling them why they have. And I really should have been a psychologist, I think. Maybe. I need one though, so who knows? I need one, but you know, maybe I should have been one. I don't know. So anyway, I was really laughing hard at this, at him just, you know, busting open his hand. So, and then as I was coming to go live here with you guys, you know, I just, my daughter was having a problem, so I was taking care of that. And, you know, it was just, and by now that I'm actually here, it's like, oh, I'm so drained of fucking everything at this point, you know? Ugh. We've had a funny fucking week, though, I will say that. What's the point in anything? So, you know, we won't be on here long, but Stephanie McMahon, you know, get the fuck out of the company, you bitch, you know? Make room for Nick Khan and his man tits, you know? You fucking whore.
Hey, what up, Joe? Was laughing seeing our recent videos on Evil Spectrum and Final Frontier. It's funny cause you only upload these kinds of vids about space-time, human universe, meaning of life, etc. about once or twice a year, and you sound like you took shrooms, lol.
Oh my God, that's really funny. Yeah. I got more coming, actually. There's a part 2 to that I have not put up the part 2. So there's actually already a part 2 to that. And I did another sort of rambling video where I rambled about how we're going to, you know, it's not a computer, but we will genetically engineer a human brain and bring it to life and keep it running and then put it in a computer, you know, at some point in the future, right? So that will come. And we will do that. as we move towards a type 1 civilization. So for the people that don't know what he's talking about, since only 30 people saw the video, this is the video I put out on Evil Spectrum 3 earlier today on my gaming channel. This is what he's talking about. Only 30 people saw this, so most of you don't even know what he's talking about. And for some reason, it's always spinning. I think it's because my channel has been deregularized as like not a real channel anymore. It always does this. Whenever there's a channel that's like not used a lot, the table to discuss, like the server doesn't react very well. Type civilizations, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. It's the Kardashev scale. And the Kardashev scale is kind of a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement. And then there's the intro. Explorations out there waiting. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. Welcome to the infinite universe. What is this, a fucking movie? But no, in the second episode, I trimmed down the intro. So the intro is, on the second episode is like, it's like 30 it's like 18 seconds. It's like just boom, boom, and then the episode starts. Because I was like, this is ridiculous. So this was like a 1:50 intro, and so I chopped that down to 18 seconds. So don't worry. Episode 2, the intro is 18 seconds about, instead of 50 seconds. But yeah, I mean, I did do a 15-minute podcast on how humans will use computers to simulate how they can advance to a type 1 civilization. And then part 2 is about using genetics and potentially eugenics or something to create a super brain, cloning a super brain into a computer system, matrix almost like, so that we can use that for inventions and creativity and creating and solving problems that will get us to advance much faster. So yeah, it does sound like I'm on shrooms. I will say that. And this is how you worsen audience retention. Yes, having an intro that's that long is not good for audience retention. Let me tell you that.
Watch out for monkeypox, it's already in MA.
Right. Juan Garibay, thank you for the $5, man. What's up? Yeah, monkeypox is here. No one's going to get monkeypox unless you butt pump your friend after he fucks a dog or a monkey. So, I'm not really worried about monkeypox because I think you have to fuck an animal, or butt pump with your friend. So, there's not going to be a lot of butt pumping going on for me, So, I'm not really worried about the monkeypox myself. It's not the, We got more important. We want more scary things to worry about, like COVID, right? No, I don't know. I don't know. Who cares? I'm gonna follow Stephanie. I never followed Stephanie McMahon. Fuck, I'm gonna follow her little fucking sexy ass. Yeah, you hear that, Triple H? You hear that, Paul? You want to trade? You want to trade up? You hear that, Paul? How about we trade up, man? I'll switch. You can have my wife. She's younger. And she's really much smaller, too, than yours. Pick her up, throw her against the wall.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Yay.
That intro to the space civilization time human thing is weird and funny. Will we get to a type 1 civilization first or type 2 diabetes first? Just curious.
Ice cold
Also, did you
dick.
see Celtics dominated tonight? In first quarter they...
I actually missed the Celtics game. I saw the scores, and I didn't start watching until about the fourth quarter because I was tied up on phone calls all night long. I'm exhausted from talking to friends and people that had problems tonight. Yeah, I sort of expected to be on here at 10 or I expected to be live at 9 or 10. So I'm actually kind of like there's a part I'm kind of mad. I got to be honest. I'll be honest. I'm like angry. I'm mad and angry that I didn't get on here earlier because I should have been on here at like 9 or 10 because I actually got home pretty quickly tonight and I couldn't be here. And so that kind of pissed me off. And so I almost didn't. And then I was ready to go live around 11 or 10:50. But then my kids had something go on. So I put the video up for 11:30 and then didn't even make it for that. And I'm actually really irritated. I'm going to be honest with you. Like when I didn't get on at 9:30, that irritated me. Then 10, that irritated me. Then 10:30, then I started getting really angry. And then I was like, okay. And now it's 12:20 and it's like I'm actually tired at this point. So it's like I didn't the second getting home, the second part of my day that's really important is when I get home. And like I could be up till 3 a.m. tonight doing stuff. You know what I mean? Because I don't have to wake up till 10 a.m. And I don't know, bro. I just don't care. I don't care right now. I'm not in a good mood. I don't like the world right now. It's so weird. I don't know what it is. Like tonight, I'm not happy tonight. Probably bipolar or depression or something. You know what I mean? Because I'll be fine maybe tomorrow. And I was fine yesterday and the day before that, and I was been pretty fine recently, but I already put the video up, so I was like, oh, we gotta go live, but what, I don't know. I guess I can take the members only mode off because there's mods now, so that's good. But yeah, just not in a good mood. So, where's the Leah clip?
Oh my God, die. Oh my God, die. Oh my God, die.
I never noticed on that clip, at the beginning of that clip, you can hear me going like, oh, what is that? And was that me? Like, oh.
Oh my God, die. Oh my God, die. Oh my God, die. Oh my God, die.
Oh my God, die. That's the greatest clip ever from Leah. I might. Yeah, I'll open the phone lines. That's fine. I'll do that. I'll do anything right now. I really don't. They sucked your energy. That's true, man. I love you. There's nothing. Don't worry about me too, by the way. I'm fine. This is just how I get. It's okay. There's nothing you can do. It's okay. Don't worry about me. I might play some Madden. Maybe I'll play some Madden and really get angry. Don't worry about it. It's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? This is just me, And I'm on here And I don't know why I'm live right now at this point, but yes. Joe needs the crayon. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually starting to drink Monster right now. Try to wake myself up and drink water. Maybe I'll talk about Star Trek, The Strange New Worlds, because I saw episode 3 the other day, and I might just start talking about it because of whatever. We got a phone call. It's from God. Hello, God. How are you?
It is
Shit bum.
God, Asher.
I don't think we will
Oh my
get
God,
to
it's
civilization
Asher. No,
type
hang on one
1
second,
with the
Asher.
whole racism, politics,
Let me
and money.
turn you up.
I think we might nuke ourselves first and then maybe.
Oh, that's a great point. Hang on a second, Asher. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to turn your volume up. The villain just donated $5. He said, I don't think we're going to get to type 1 with all the racism, politics, and money. I think we might nuke ourselves. You know, I think maybe we could end up nuking ourselves, but at the same time, then after that, we could come back. You know what I mean? Because everybody would be like, wow, we should never do that again. And it'll be just like Star Trek, where, okay, now we go on to the next thing. Like, get it out of your system once everybody nukes everybody. Monster's bad for my heart. Yeah, it probably is, but maybe I'll die, you know. Insurance. I'm not in a good mood. Asher, what's going on, man?
Wes, what's up, dude? I got big news.
You have the shotgun and you know my address and you're coming?
Yes, no. I graduate tomorrow.
Oh,
man.
shit. From college?
High school, dumbass.
I know. No, that's really good, man. That's something I didn't do. So there you go. Let's go. We didn't know.
Dude,
that's really good that you did that because we never. Fuck, man. You could have done so much bad. You know what I mean? That's really good.
Yeah, I've been calling in over 6 years. It's unbelievable.
Dude, Asher is on the phone, everybody. Are you aware of this? He just graduated high school. This is crazy. Holy shit.
I'm growing up.
You were calling in middle school.
I'm 18.
Well, settle down with that or Mikkel might get a boner. You ever seen the look on his face when he hears somebody who sounds young? I'm creeped out by it. But yeah, man, that's awesome. So what are you gonna do now? Like, do you?
After graduation tomorrow, I'm going to Chicago for a few days.
Oh, you're gonna get shot. Okay.
Trip. That's what everybody's been telling me. They're like, Ashley, you're gonna get yourself shot.
See?
Yeah.
Yep. I graduated. Oh, now I'm dead.
Been a good life. 18, tired in Chicago.
You might as well have
Got my
dropped out
hands
and just been crazy. No, but so what are you doing in Chicago exactly?
Seeing my great grandma.
Oh my God,
Like
is that the one with the credit card?
No. That's my regular grandma. God, that was years ago. Shut up. God, I was a little fuck for doing that.
I had to refund so many things sometimes, and then
Oh my God.
Well, actually, but not all of it went back. Not a lot of it went back actually. But you know what's funny is because I had to create a disclaimer because of you, on the thing. That was funny, but not.
13-year-old Asher should have killed himself. Honest to God.
You know, I remember when I called a porn line using my mother's credit card and spent $500.
Oh my God.
And you know what I was doing was I was recording the sex. It wasn't the sex line that I do now, but it was like a sex line thing. And I was like, yeah, this is Bill, and they were like, oh yeah. Why didn't you tell me about yourself, Bill? And I'm like, I got a thingy, and I would record it and I would play it for my friends at school. And I got addicted to making them laugh, calling this line. And I ran my mother's credit card. And then one day she was like, do you know what's happening? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, do you know what's happening? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, you never called numbers, did you? And I was like, no. She goes, I knew it. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Tell me what's going on or whatever. And so she wouldn't. But then she eventually was like, then I heard her yelling at her boyfriend, that he was a scumbag. And And she was like, I knew you called those disgusting lines. And he's like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? And she's like, they played me the audio. But
no.
But it's me on the audio. Like, and she thought it was him. And he,
Fuck.
Dude. And he was so, and what happened was he was such a drunk that I think he actually like wasn't sure. Like, so he didn't like really fight.
Himself. Like, well, maybe it was me then.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck you, you bitch," and then he left, and then he came back drunk that night. But it was like, I don't know, man. I was a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know, like it was. And then when I had a credit card once, I bought this band a van, and then and you know, when I met Leah in 2009 or whatever, we had our Gavin, you know, our first son, and we're like trying to get credit, and I have no credit, and I'm thinking, wow, I have no credit because in 2006 I bought this band a van with my credit card like an idiot, trying to make sure I get to see them and help them out and stuff. So anyway, I just thought of those funny dumb things that I did, and like, what a dumb. But yeah, but that's awesome, man, that you're graduating with all the shit that you went through, because people don't know, like, you know, people aren't always sure what's real and not real, and you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Like, but I always knew that, you know, what you went through was real. I always knew, like, yeah, that's real. You know what I mean?
We don't, you know, like on Facebook, just casual conversation, keep up with each other. But it's been a while since I've talked to you. I mean, maybe almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a while. The balls drop more and more. Bungus
Soon,
Cronin.
once I'm 80, it'll be down to my knees.
I can't believe it, man. I have known you for so long. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of guys who listened, and they probably never call in or say anything, but they're, you know, high school, middle school, whatever.
Exactly.
You know, I listened to all those shows when I was a kid. I can't imagine if I could have called in to somebody that I listened to, like, back in the day. Like, I think I got through to Howard Stern one time, and they hung up on me right away, and I said my ass hurts or something, and they hung up on me.
That's awesome.
They were like,
I remember I called in. Go ahead.
No, they were like, oh, well, what's your problem? You've got a problem you want to ask the doctor about. And I go, my ass hurts. You know, and that was it. And I thought that was funny, and I rewound it like 90 times, and that was it.
I remember Bully Ray or Bubba Ray, whatever, had his little radio call-in show on the radio. And I remember it was like a couple years after I started calling into you, and I was like, maybe if Joe accepts me, then Bubba Ray will accept me. And I call it, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, little kid. Just hung up on me live on air, and I was like, damn it.
You were great, though. You're fine. You know, there's a lot of kids that couldn't have been on, but yeah, you were. I just pretended you weren't. I'm like, yeah, he's fine. And you know, what happened with you, you know, you're being, you know, raised by your grandmother and stuff. You need to be around some, you know, something like this, you know, show or people being goofy, you know. You need something like
you
that.
have no clue how many monetized this I would stay up for every single week.
Good thing we're on a Friday.
I would be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 8-hour stream. You guys would be pissed, black jerks calling in our lines. And I remember the one episode where I was on eyes the entire episode. That was like, I was so sad though. Like, that was probably the most memorable episode.
Which one was it?
The one where Christina Grimmie died. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, no, it must have been episode like 56 or 62 or something like
way
that.
Back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, that was crazy. That messed me up because like we had talked to her so many times recently, and I'm like, no way, like what? Like that just seemed crazy to me. I was in like a chat thing with her and someone else, and I just sort of been speaking here or there. And it was weird because then that happened. That sort of happened with China. China started talking to us, and then China died too. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with people dying after I speak with them several times for a couple of weeks? And then it happened again. It happened with Buddy, was it Buddy Lindell? I think it was Buddy Lindell. Like he was an
Really?
old wrestler. Yeah, we were back and forth in emails for like a week or two. Like, okay, we can't do it tonight. Let's do the podcast tonight. And then he called me and was like, "Oh, I can't do it tonight, but what do you want to do and stuff?" And then, okay, bye, I'll talk to you later. Send another email. Okay, we're going to do it this night. Okay, sounds good. Like 3 days later, it's a day before, and he dies. I think in a car accident or drunk or something. And it was like,
That sucks.
dude, that was like 3 people that it was like, I was just talking to this person that, I mean, that
Was
you,
living and breathing and
Yeah.
had a life and emotions and a family.
so that it happened 3 times. Like it was some kind of curse, like Christina Grimmie and then China, I think. And then Buddy Lindell. I think it was Buddy Lindell. And it was like, what? These are semi, some celebrity type people, and I'm talking to them for the first time for 2 to 4 weeks, and then they all died. It was like,
I feel like you've always had bad luck with talking to celebrities in general, especially fucking, what's his name, Road Dogg, man.
yeah, Road Dogg was all right because I mean at least he got me all those tickets and audition things and stuff. You know what I mean? Like at least, like
He should have hired you some time ago.
I think he tried. I think he actually tried a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I don't know what's up with him. I mean, one thing I'll say is he says nice things. I mean, he has me blocked still, but somebody said something to him recently and was like, "Oh, Joe really still loves you, your show, and he loves your podcast." And he was like, "Oh, thank you." And then
That's nice.
then the guy said something to Road Dogg about like, "Oh, Joe thinks you hate him or whatever." And then he said, "I don't hate Joe. I think Joe's really talented and he's a good guy or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool of him to say." But it's funny because I'm still blocked by him. But
That's weird.
yeah, it is weird. Maybe he doesn't even know. I don't know.
Probably not. But I got one more thing to let you know before I go. My arm is hurting from holding my phone up. to
All
my
right,
head.
baby, you got to go. And congratulations. And are you going to college? Or are you going to just kind of hang out and figure
Well, I
it out?
am going to college. I'm going to a small community college on a full ride band scholarship.
Hell
in
yeah, that's
Drumline.
fucking fire, bro. This is awesome. Like this is so good. Like, dude, you're awesome. I would have shit the bed.
I did.
Well, you kind of did, but yeah, we weren't sure. But man, you did
Well,
it.
in a
Like,
good way. I shit the bed in a happy way.
okay.
Like, I shit myself when I found out that I got a full ride scholarship, and it was voted like one of the best drumline in the South, and that was like really big for me.
Oh shit. Oh, I know what you're saying. Oh man, that's awesome. I just played trumpet, but I never. But that's awesome, bro. So you're gonna be you're not really gonna have to pay for much or anything.
No, I think I talked with an advisor. Said the entire 2 years at the community college, they said all I have to do is pay for books, and that'll be $2,500, and my grants for the financial aid shit pays for it. So I'm going to college literally for free and getting money back.
Damn, that's a fire, dude. That is so awesome.
And then after I graduate from college, I'm moving up to Knoxville, and I'm going to Tom Pritchard and KANE, Glenn Jacobs.
Oh, nice.
My uncle knows Glenn Jacobs, and he works with Glenn all the time, so I've got a connection right there. Tom Pritchard over the summer at a local show.
Well, I mean, there's practically no one better maybe than Tom Pritchard.
I
Just
know.
don't let KANE touch your pecker. So, I mean, yeah, man, is that the?
Away from car batteries and testicles.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so crazy. I wonder how many people are hearing this that are like, "Oh my god, fucking Asher."
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, gosh.
There's gonna be jokes tomorrow, like I thought Asher would end up ODing and like not making it out of high school or whatever. No, that's crazy good, or being arrested for something goofy. You get food stamps too, says Jay Savage.
No?
I had those for a while.
Well, I did back when I lived with my mom. She died, and I moved in with my dad. We never... Because my stepmom's always made big bank. She's like a nurse. So, and
Right.
My grandma was a nurse at a nursing home, so it's always been like big money around me. For my senior graduate, I've got like $300 sitting in my wallet.
You know what you should do is go to a strip club for your like, I don't know, you're 18.
I think you got 21 in Alabama and
Oh,
Mississippi.
that's right. But you can sleep with your
One of
sister,
the first states.
so it's okay.
Piece of shit.
All right, man. I'll let you go. But hey, man, it's so good to hear from you, man. That's fucking
Hear from you
awesome.
too.
I'm gonna go tell everybody that would know who you are from back in the day. Well, Jesse will be really excited.
Yeah, I know Jesse well. How's what's his name? DeMarco.
He's pretty sick and sort of like busy with family, and he weighs 130 pounds right now, so
Jeez.
he's not really that good, but he's good because he's taking time. You know, he's just so busy with being sick, really, and his daughter has something. So, like, yeah, he's really busy with that stuff. But I talk to him though every day, so I'll tell him. He'll be like, "Oh shit." He'd probably make a joke about it too, but yeah, he'll be excited.
Tell him I said hi.
I'll tell him you said hi.
All right. Well, I'll see you because my arm is literally about to fall off.
All right, you go to bed, baby. I'll talk to you soon. Good, congrats, and I'm proud of you, bro. Good shit.
Good.
That's awesome. That's so fucking cool, man. To know that kid who used to, he was in some shit, bro. His parents died and everything, and he used to call the show, and he could have gone a bad way, and Grandma must have done a pretty good job too. So that's so, dude, it's crazy because we heard that kid when he was in middle school call the show all the time, and we had to be like, stop it, it's not the show for you. And he would donate, and we'd be like, how are you donating? Don't do that. Stop it. We'd have to I had to block his donations. And, we were worried about him. Things, sometimes he would make the jokes, whatever. And now he's graduated high school. He's got a full scholarship. That's fucking crazy. That's so good. That's really good. I'm so happy for him. That's so fucking awesome, bro. Your dad, your parents, you kidding me? Not saying we're his parents either, but I mean, I'm sure that he holds a connection to some of this, so we're proud of you, bro. Especially me. When I met you, I was 30. Probably. Yeah, I was 30. It's fucking awesome, bro. I may or may not have just done heroin. I'm just kidding. I didn't do anything like that. Oh, that's fire. Asher graduates high school, gets a scholarship, and is in good shape. Meanwhile, one of my kids will murder me in my sleep someday. Historical fight.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Uh-oh.
Sorry to hear you are feeling bad. I have a topic that might cheer you up.
Yes.
Let's play the game Historical Fights, haha. For this one, who would win in a physical fight? Anne Frank or Mother Teresa? Who wins?
Oh boy. We're gonna drown Anne Frank. All right, let's see. Anne Frank or Mother Teresa? Let's see. This one's hard to say because Anne Frank, it's like most of the pictures are going to be her like looking really young and stuff. And Mother Teresa's like old in all her photos. So right away you kind of think Anne Frank because I think Anne Frank because but Mother Teresa looks like a man. So it's like hard to say, but like Anne Frank looks like a psycho bitch. You know what I mean? Like she would fuck you up like But Mother Teresa looks like a fucking solid Italian. Like almost man-like. You know, like you could punch her and she'd just go, ooh. But if you punched Anne Frank, she would go, ah. And by the way, I don't trust any woman with the last name of a man's first name. Okay? Look at this. See, Anne Frank would like bite your fucking head off. Like with her giant wide mouth. This is a great quote, though, here. In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. It's true. Despite how whacked out a lot of things get everywhere, people's empathy, even though there are some evil people and crazy things, and you're like, how can people be that terrible? And there are terrible people and lots of them. But the general empathy of regular people is pretty amazing. I'm going to go Mother Teresa because she could take a fucking punch. Although I really do think Anne Frank would bite someone to death and rip their body into shreds using her teeth. And gnaw at them and rip their fucking spleen and dick and nipples and pussies and assholes open with her mouth like. But even with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna pick Mother Teresa because she's so solid. You know.
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show, to fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me. Donate to me. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me.
If Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, Trump will not win the 2024 presidential election.
You know, Todd Fair, that could be true. I said this too. I said, wow, this is the worst time for this. Republicans were kicking ass. Like, it was a layup that a Republican president was coming in 2024. There was 100% going to be a Republican president until this Roe v. Wade thing. And now it's like, but that's why they leaked it, because they knew that. The Democrats knew that. Somebody from the left side leaked it. That way they knew if they did this, there'd be outrage and there'd be an edge. This is their first edge. Think about it. It's brilliant. It's actually fucking sick. It's brilliantly sick. Because they're like, oh shit, like we're going to lose. There's going to be a Republican everything. Leak this out. 70% of the Americans don't agree with right to choice, so leak this out. Oh God, it's brilliant slimery. You know what I mean? Brilliant. Todd Fair, thank you, man, for the I'm not saying it's good either way. I'm just saying, like, you're right. I mean, it might be. I mean, it might be, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the left has gone so crazy. You're still gonna get, you're still gonna get a Ron DeSantis or Trump or somebody. I would laugh hysterically if Trump won again. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't it just be kind of funny? Like Trump wins, everyone loses their mind. Then they hire Biden, and then Biden's like a weirdo. But like Trump left with the whole January 6th thing, and it's crazy. But then Trump comes back again. Wouldn't that be fucking funny and scary at the same time? For like, I'm less scared about what he would do and more scared about what the other people would do, like the left would do. They'd probably have their own January 6th, and they would call it like a freedom rally instead of a fucking insurrection. It's a freedom. I don't even know, bro. I don't know what would happen. Who knows? I pray that it doesn't I don't pray at all, actually, but I at all for anything. But no, I hope that something hilarious happens. That's what I hope. I hope that whoever's the next president takes care of the country well. Like, the first 3 months, the first 3 years of Trump was great. The first 3 years of Donald Trump was great. The fourth year sucked. And Joe Biden's first year to 2 years looks like they're going to suck. So we've had about 3 straight years of suck at this point. Granted, the pandemic plays into that. But, so, I'm looking for like, I want a president, the next president, to make things good and solid again and calm everybody down and do the right thing. But then at the same time, I kind of hope hilarious stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like, is that maybe Ron DeSantis is that guy? Because like he like told Disney, we're not paying for your shit anymore. You're like illegal taxes and shit that you get to live off of. But will Ron DeSantis start taxing churches? No. Now, churches, think about this. Now, I'm not being a left or right wing. I'm an independent. I'm an in the middle guy. Disney is grooming kids, right? Disney is grooming kids. We can all agree with that. Disney is grooming children. Pedophiles are grooming children. We agree. We all agree. If you don't agree, are you a pedophile? I mean, so groomers are grooming kids in Disney. So Ron DeSantis said, well, you're no longer getting that discount. And we're no longer supporting your shit. You're going to pay your fair share like everybody else, Disney, since you want to be creepies. But is Ron DeSantis going to go make the churches pay real estate tax? Because churches don't pay real estate tax. And churches were part of one of the biggest child molesting little boy scandals you've ever seen ever. So is Ron DeSantis going to punish the churches? Probably not. I would. I'd go after everybody. I'd be like, I'm going after all the groomers. But, maybe it's because the churches in Florida didn't do anything like that yet, or didn't do anything like that. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe there's a few of them that did. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Hey, I say, hey, fucking fuck Disney and fuck the churches. That's me. I make everybody happy. What'd be funny is if Ron DeSantis was like, we're taking away Disney's privileges, blah, blah, blah. And then some person was like, yeah, why don't you take away the churches? And he's like, because what about them when they raped all those kids? That's a good idea. You know what? You're right. Churches are paying tax. That'd be fun. I would do that if I was president. That'd be funny as fuck. Do you remember when we were worried about who's the guy who was scary on the Republican side, who was like a retard? Do you guys remember? The brain surgeon? Remember the brain surgeon guy? He was the black guy. Remember that guy? He was like a brain surgeon and like brilliant. He had like autism or something, I swear to God. He was like brilliant and stuff, but he's like retarded. Oh, is it Ben Carson, I think? I think it's Ben Carson. He's like a brain surgeon, but he's a fucking retard. He's like, If I was president, I would be a salad. The fruit salad of our lives. I went to the bathroom the other day and my pee was the color 7. It's like, what? What? You're a fucking brain surgeon? What the fuck's wrong with you? But I think he's autistic, which is why he's focused on surgery of the brain. But when it comes to speaking, he's like fucking mongoloid for whatever reason. I don't know. He's really dumb. So like, but at this point, seeing what Biden has done, Ben Carson could have been president. So like, I thought Ben Carson couldn't be president because he was too retarded. But now that Joe Biden's been president for over a year almost, it's like, oh, Ben Carson could have been president because it's just about as dumb as what Joe Biden says. We've been over this before, but there's a lot of goofy shit that this guy has done. I wish there was more videos on Ben Carson, like just being an idiot. Like there's got to be more, right? Let's see this one.
Bottom of slave ships worked even longer, even harder for less.
But he reminds me of Biden. He's the black Biden and Republican Biden.
That one day their sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, great-grandsons.
Doesn't he remind you? He reminds me of Biden, except he's Republican.
And harder for less.
Although Biden was a Republican in 96, basically. But
they too had a dream. That one day their sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, great-grandsons, great-granddaughters might pursue prosperity.
It's insulting, weird, and untrue. It's kind of like when Biden told people that you're not black if you don't vote for him. Can you believe that Joe Biden said you're not black if you don't vote for me? And nobody says anything about it except for me all the time. But just so weird that he said that and people are like, yeah, okay. Imagine if Trump said that.
From today.
My luggage.
I think you took away from
I remember
things.
this.
What do you think you took away from today?
My luggage. Hold on.
Okay. Looks like Dr. Carson is going to try and find his luggage, and he'll be right back with us.
Oh my God, my luggage.
Salad of their life. The fruit salad of their life is what I would look at. A lot of people who go into prison straight, and when they come out, they're gay. Are you denying that that's true?
Dr. Ben Carson.
Some people do go into prison. Sometimes somebody goes into prison and comes out gay. Maybe. I'm sure sometimes that happens. So, but not a lot of them. Just maybe once in a while that happens. But those people probably would, I don't know.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
Oh, this was the thing where he never went out when they introduced him and then he didn't go out quick enough. And then he just never went out and he just stood there weirdly in the hallway. Then it was like, dude, they called your name and then he didn't go out. It was weird. And then this guy's like, go out. Ben, you're supposed to be out there, dude. Go out. Go out.
Dr. Ben Carson, please come out on the stage. He's standing there as well. Dr. Carson.
Then they tell him to come out and he still doesn't come out. And then Donald Trump, remember Donald Trump brings him out. Donald Trump's like, go out there, Ben.
Anything to benefit any American.
So let me just say that Ben Carson is the Republican retard version of Joe Biden. So it would have been nice to. So in my opinion, Ben Carson could have been the president because literally Joe Biden is as retarded as him. So I never thought that he could do it, but he could. Blake Roberts, gas will be $7 by July. Do you know it's going to be 96 degrees Saturday here in Massachusetts? Just in time for the monkeypox. 96 degrees on Saturday in May here in Boston. It's also going to be 96 degrees on Sunday here in Massachusetts. Do you know what the record is for May? It's 94. Do you know what the record is for June? I thought it was 100. It's 95. The record temperature in June is 95. It's going to be 96 this weekend in May. That's insane. So, it's going to be a interesting few years coming up here on the planet. I'm happy we moved away from the ocean because I felt this was coming, as many scientists feel it's coming. Hottest temperatures recorded in Massachusetts. The highest temperature recorded ever in Massachusetts is 107 degrees in recorded August 2nd, 1975 in New Bedford, which is a shithole. No, I'm just New Bedford. And the record low temperature was in 1984, which was when I was born. So there you go. Record low in 1984. Record high in 1975, 10 years before that. And I think we're due to beat this at some point, probably. But then again, we could be in for a cold, a freeze. We could be in for a global cooling. Have I paused the donations? My bad. Did I pause those or did I not? I don't remember now. It's so late. DF Sports.
Shane fired Stephanie leaves. Eyes. Joe steps in. Eyes. Eyes. Eyes.
Kind of weird, right? Climate change shit bomb is happening. Yeah.
Good to hear Asher is living his dream.
Well, I don't think he's living his dream. I think his dream is like, he's got a knife and there's a bird and he can get away with stabbing it to death while videotaping it slowly. But he's living somebody's dream. Drew Bar 100 with the $5 shit bomb. Thank you, Drew Bar. What's up? And shout out to the Todd Fair for the $20. Todd Fair is our top donation. We should put him up on the board in some respects. Because $20 at 1 a.m. on a random stream on Thursday night is worth being a badass on the screen. Despite my lack of energy, despite my bipolar depression tonight, it's going to be okay. It's nothing to do with you guys. It's nothing to do with me, you guys, or anything. It's just my own brain. James Burns, thank you for subbing. Thank you. The planet is always changing, and it's changing for sure. We just don't know. It doesn't matter. All that we know is it's happening. If you know why everything is bullshit, the electric cars and all that other stuff, is because we could run cars on water for 100 years now. We have been able to run cars on water and our hydrogen for 100 years. We've known we can run cars on fucking water. But the government bought all the patterns patents, seized people's work, created several different go-arounds as to why you can't do it. Number one, they seize patents, they buy patents, they buy out people, they kill people, and on top of that, they also regulate the hydrogen as some kind of a weapon, so it can't be used in a car for mass production because it's listed as... Actually, you know what? I think there's a video. I got a video I can show you on some of this. But, I mean, we've known about this for years. We've done podcasts on this. We've gone over the names of several individuals who have basically invented this and then reinvented it, and it's been invented again, and it's always shut down. And none other than the man himself, who was on Joe Rogan talking about the aliens and the UFOs and everything else, none other than Bob Lazar, who we know is a crazy smart scientist, and, you know, ingenuity out the window.
Which hydride do you need?
Well, I'll show you.
But we've known about this for 100 years, guys. There are accounts of this going back almost 100 years, and they'll kill you, bro. I mean, for whatever reason. And I don't know how I guess the electric car. The question is, how were electric cars able to get through? Was it just the naive that the government thought, or the companies and government thought, no one will ever figure that out? Or is it that the manufacturers and the companies moved into those fields so they're happy for them to work? I don't know.
No way.
Yeah, that's the volume it takes to store enough hydrogen to propel this car close to 400 miles. Just about what it gets running on a full tank of gas.
Wow.
And it's a lot safer than gasoline.
Really?
Yeah, these tanks can be shot at with incendiary bullets or cut in half with a chainsaw, and you could throw a match on them, they just smolder like a cigarette. Now, you can't say that about a gas tank. Now, if you stored hydrogen and just compressed gas in a tank, it would certainly explode, catch on fire. Here, only the hydrogen that you need is released from the tank. When the tank's heated, it produces hydrogen, and the car burns it. So there's never much gaseous hydrogen in the system at any given time.
Wow. So these are the fuel lines? No, what are these?
These are the... This provides power to the heater in the tank and also reads back the temperature of the tank.
Why is that important?
Well, when you apply heat to hydride, it releases hydrogen. So as power is applied to here, it heats the hydride, and then the gas comes out the big hoses on the end.
Now you have 4 hoses. Do they all mix into one big hose or something?
Because you can only get hydrogen out of hydride at a certain rate with a certain temperature. And a single tank, you can't get it out at the volume you need. So you really just split it into 4 smaller units, heat them separately, and it works just fine.
Okay. Now behind me, Bob is getting ready to blow something up. Bob is blowing up water. Well, okay, he's not blowing up water because his...
So, I mean, that's an interesting demo.
Well, it could use all the oxygen it can get. So the hydrogen using the water pressure is compressed into the hydride tanks. Right down to it. You don't want fuel tanks inside the vehicle. This is a prototype, so ideally, eventually, you'd want the tanks outside, just like a fuel tank is. The second thing is you're dealing with an unusual gas. Hydrogen not only is lighter than air, but also it burns with an invisible flame and is completely odorless, which is not a good thing. Now, propane is odorless too. They add a, that pretty strong scent to it. And you can't really do that with hydrogen, because if you add any kind of chemical to it, the hydride has a problem storing it. It can poison the hydride and lose its ability to hold hydrogen. So that's something that needs to be addressed. If you have a hydrogen leak and somehow the gas is getting in the car, you'd never know. And it could accumulate in the car. You go to light a cigarette, there could be an explosion in a case like that. So you need things like a hydrogen gas detector, so it'll let you know if there is a hydrogen leak. But I mean, it's still an extremely safe system.
Why can't everybody do this? I mean, gas is going on $5 a gallon.
Right.
It's terrible. The whole country's falling apart. We're killing people all over the world for oil. And this.
Hey, go figure. That 30 years ago sounds like today.
You're driving a car on this.
Especially the $5 a gallon thing.
You can do it.
Pretty crazy.
History fight. Joe Biden versus Punch-Out's Glass Joe.
Versus Punch-Out's Glass Joe. Anyway, you get the point. We've been doing this for years, brother. We could have made these cars forever. You know what I mean? You need to make money. And but the corporations, they could have probably figured out a way to make money off the hydrogen thing. So I don't know. But they did. There's been several recorded. I can't figure out why in another country, why in other countries, smaller countries, other areas, people don't do this. Now, I've heard about people creating their own hydrogen-run cars, right? But what happens if you drive a hydrogen-ran car? How would they catch you driving it, and what's the sentence for driving it? What's the consequence for driving it? I mean, I'm looking it up, and people do it. I drove 1,800 miles in a hydrogen car. Hydrogen car. Here's another one. Hydrogen car. So there's people doing it. This is a Toyota.
Hydrogen vehicles and technology like this is super important as we think about getting on the road to net zero by 2050 in the end.
So they're starting to do this because this is in the UK. Test driving a hydrogen car. But we've known about this for years. And this is a real hydrogen car by Toyota. So it is coming. But we've known about this for years, so why now is it all of a sudden coming? Is it because the corporations decided that they're... And see, it is, you guys got to know it's crooked at this point. Because we've got Bob Lazar doing it in the 80s. We've got accounts of people doing it in the 1960s. And the minute you realize you can do something and invent something, it should be being sold.
Joe, will you do regular videos on the paranormal or missing person stories? I think that would also be perfect for you.
Yes, I would do that. I love those stories. There are many stories like that. I've got one for you. Hang on a second. Gerald Armstrong, thank you, sir. Let me see if I can pop one up for you. Let me see if I can pop up a story. Gerald Armstrong, you freaking beast freak. You're a beast freak, Gerald Armstrong. Thank you. All right, let me see if I can find you one. Let's see. I'm looking for one. Hang on. Okay. Hold on a minute. I'm going to find it. I swear to God, I'm going to find it. Hold on a second. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I know I keep saying that. I'm looking for... I'm looking for one. What the fuck? Why can't I find one?
If you have the chance.
Let's see. Hold on a second. God damn it. This is driving me nuts. Hold on a second. I got to find this for you. As Gerald Armstrong, you nailed it. Gerald Armstrong wants me to find a story like this. And, okay. We're going to find it. We're going to find one. Hang on a second. Ba 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 ba. McDonald's sucks cock. Oh. Let's see. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I know this is crazy, and I'm sitting here like, oh. Bear with me. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find this thing. Okay. Chat, what do you hit the like button while you're waiting? While you're waiting for me, hit the like button. Because we need more likes, god damn it. Am I going to find the thing that I'm looking for? That's the real question right now. Or will I not? And I don't think I'm going to find it. All right, let's try this one. Let's try this one. All right, let's try this one. Here we go, guys. You ready? Why is this thing spinning? Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I want to tell my story. This is an absolute only place I can do that. You should believe these stories about parallel universes, or at least some of them. I know because it happened to me. I'm not from here, and I have no idea how I got here. All I know is that I woke up in this world one day, and it's like I had gone about 100 years into a weird past. It happened when I was 21 and about to graduate from university. I was walking home late one night when I passed a house party to find the girl that I'd always had a crush on all year. I was trying to woo her since I saw her, and she was about to go home with a guy who looks just like me. Not identical. I mean, just instead of choosing me, she went with some random guy that met because he looked like me. Anyways, that really hurt me. I went home and started drinking by myself. In the morning, I woke up and I thought that I had lost my mind because everything was different. Everything. The apartment was in the same building, but the building was run down and kind of decrepit. I was surrounded by the same people for the most part, but my friends didn't recognize me, and people who I barely knew seemed to be very familiar to me. The biggest difference was the technology. It was ancient by my standards. My phone had been replaced with something called my link had been replaced with something called a phone, which was black Nokia, green screen, and could do a little more than communicate with somebody else. I called my mother immediately and thought she sounded like a woman that I knew. She wasn't my mother. For starters, my mother was not super religious at all, and this woman that I was talking to was very much religious. I stayed in my apartment for days, fearing that the heartbreak had caused some kind of a psychotic episode, or I was having some kind of a meltdown over this girl not choosing me. I came up with many different theories, none of which turned out to be true. Had the pressure of my final exams finally broken my mind? Had I experimented with something in my drink or my drunken stupor? What was going on? I didn't know, and luckily, since I just graduated, I was due to go home and plan my life before moving, and I spent that summer trying to figure out what was going on. Eventually, it became clear I had skipped dimensions and landed here, and I really hate it to be honest, but from my perspective, realities diverged into the universe, and things are basically the same until about World War II. So when I look back at the history of everything, and I spent a long time studying things, trying to figure out what's different and where it went wrong, it really all goes back to about World War II. But then, in World War II, in my universe, the internet is invented just before the end of the war, using technology that people in this reality had access to as well, but simply chose to ignore it and focus on other things. For instance, Google, a device called the telegraph. I don't know how, but it played a pivotal role in the beginning of our internet. Incidentally, our Google is simply called Query. Oddly enough, it has the same aesthetic with a generally black background. Weird how some things don't change that much and others do. Anyways, just like here, the internet changed. The internet changed the whole entire world. Only got a head start from where I'm from. But since I'm unable to go back and look at my previous past's history, some things I forget and some things I never really bothered to study as much because it didn't seem important at the time. Since technology moves exponentially faster, I feel like I'm from about 100 years into the future, and as such, I've been trying to think of what I could tell you that might help this world, but it seems impossible. Here's the main problem as I see it. Our worlds were very similar back then and very similar, but when the internet came along, what we call relay, there was still faith in the government that relay was used for the betterment of society, and people believed in its ability to change things for the better. For instance, nobody owns it in my world. The government does. It's a public utility and basically free. The idea that somebody would own it is insane. And to me, it's like when Native Americans came upon the idea from Europeans that you could own land. It just doesn't make any sense from their perspective. You know, let me stop on this story. Does anybody really own the internet now? Or do you? So I think what he's saying is that in his dimension or whatever, that the internet is just like free. Like there's no Fios, there's no AT&T, there's no nothing like that. It's just everybody can go on their computer and there's just internet. Like they're plugged into the internet. It's a service of some kind by the government, and everybody hooks them up to it. It doesn't cost anything. So my question would be, if it's like a utility, so they do pay for it, right? I would love to ask them this question, because water costs money. It's hard to read this too because I'm reading as the thing is printing, so it's like I'm reading a teleprompter. It'd be better if I had a transcript of this. The link you sent me is a transcript. I mean, is like a reading audio thing. But if I had a transcript of this, that'd be much better. Which I don't think I can get. Oh wait, I do have a transcript. Is this it? Oh, here we go. Okay, I have one. Okay, this will make it easier. This will make it much easier. Here we go. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. It's very similar, but when the internet came along, we call relay. There was still faith in the government, and relay was used for the betterment of society. People believed its ability to change things for the better in this instance. Nobody owns it in my world. The government doesn't. It's a public utility, and basically free. The idea that somebody would own it is insane to me. It's like when Native Americans came upon the idea of Europeans. We read that part. In my world is extremely high, routinely above 90%, and we can vote directly from our links, which is like their phones. So links is like their phones. We can vote directly from our links in about 2 seconds. People are informed, and disinformation is severely punished. You can lose all access to relay for misusing it. It's like being homeless. Oh, so it's like China. So his world is like China. Okay. Also, there's no such thing as anonymity on the relay either. That's crazy. It would be like when founding fathers were arguing about the First Amendment and then said free speech has obvious limits. Honestly, I feel like I'm going insane or something. This world is absolutely nuts and terrifying to me. And artificial intelligence has not become what you think. At least in my world, where we're ahead of you guys, it's basically like a super duper version of Google. Imagine you can ask Google what you had to eat at that one place, and the red menus, you think that it was in Brooklyn, but you can't be sure. And Google would know and be able to tell you the main thing you ate and the name of the restaurant. But this is hard to read because it's like fragmented. This transcript is fragmented, so if people are like, why are you reading it like so badly? It's a very fragmented read. You get a lot of My nose just made that noise. What the fuck was that? You get a lot of politicians when... You get a lot of your politicians. When I left, our president was a woman named Barbara Jordan. I feel so stupid for being such a foolish kid. I took it all for granted, and now I'm being punished. The guy whose place I took has $40,000 in student loan debt. Wow, so now he's got $40,000 in student loan debt. Those words shouldn't be long together. It's really stupid to straddle young people with debt like this. So what is this? This guy's from a dimension where like Elizabeth Warren runs the country? Like, yeah, it's hard to read this. I can't really read it anymore because it's so... I mean, do you guys want me to keep reading? It's really fragmented. Yeah, how about the Calgary Flames, man? This is crazy. But yeah, so that's an interesting sort of story if that's the type of thing you're talking about. Shit bum!
There are like 5 people missing in my area since the early 90s. Look up the story of Brenda Condon. It's insane.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot here. My best friend, not my best friend, one of my very close childhood friends, Steve, his mother went missing 3 years ago or so, or a couple years ago. So I was on Facebook, and he reached out to me and was like, hey, if you could just share this. My mom has been missing for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. And I'm like, what? What the hell's going on, man? And he was like freaking out all over Facebook. And I remember asking him so many questions like, dude, are you okay? Like, what the hell? He's like, my mom moved out to, I think, Hanson, Mass or somewhere out there. and she was babysitting for his sister all the time. And then one day, like, she was just missing, and the daughter went over, and his mom was just gone, and they couldn't find her. And she had just moved there a few months ago from Quincy to like Hanson or something, and his mom was missing, and she's been missing still. She's still missing. They haven't figured out what the hell happened to her. They interviewed people around. They searched the woods behind the house. She's not someone they said that would go out and didn't have many friends. She would just stay home, and all she did was live for her grandchildren. You know, just can't wait till the grandchildren come over. And she, I guess, went out to the store or something, and she never, they don't know, but she went out, but she left the doors open weirdly, and the dog could have gotten out, and like they were like, that doesn't make sense. And so she was gone. You want me to keep reading, Drew Bar? I'll keep reading it. So yeah, my friend's mother's missing for years now, and it's crazy. Oh. All right, I'll get back to part 2 in a second, Drew Bar. It's hard to read, but you can bear with me.
No romance, cause there ain't no chance in my happy pants. Could you perchance come and take this dance and leave me here? I'm a bad motherfucker, ain't got no fear. What the time? What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. I said it's clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Fucking in a sock. Oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock. I said clock.
Look up the Charlie Project. They document missing person cases in every state. You should check out the Massachusetts cases.
Yeah, man, I'll look that up. That's insane, bro. Dude, I swear to God, please never happen to me. If somebody I loved was missing, it would destroy. I mean, like, obviously anybody it does, but oh my God, bro. I would just die. I would never be able to live. I would never live my normal life. I would, like, buy weapons and hunt for my whoever it was. I would never be normal. Like, it would be insane. I would hire, like, I don't know what I would do. I would be nuts. I would be insane. But yeah, it's my friend's mother is still missing. It's fucking terrible. Anyway, yeah, if we go back to the story. Wait, did I finish reading it? Wait. Okay, where are we at? Thousands of dollars in student loan. Those words should never come together. Then I could say, pointless to say, I think this world is doomed. Most of you are too lazy and self-absorbed to do anything about it anyways. My only hope is that when I die, I'll go home and never come back to this place. Until then, I'll just keep my head up and try to get through this while wondering what I did to deserve coming to this hellish version of Earth. So that's actually the end of the story. So actually, I was at the end of the story. I just had to read like one more fucking sentence. So that person claims to just be stuck. I read one time too that was like really interesting. It was like they were young, very young, like 6 or 7 or something like that, and like all of a sudden their house was different, their whole area was different, and like, you know, like they had to be put in foster care, and like it was crazy. It was one of the best ones I ever read like that. Did you know Taken was actually a documentary about sex trafficking? Yeah, basically it was. Yeah, tens of thousands of people every year disappear and are smuggled to the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and sold as slaves. Yes, Lord Corgi. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's really concerning, and most people don't want to think about it because they just get like, ugh. But it's like, dude, yeah, the movie Taken. I mean, if you watch Taken, it's like, yeah. But the scary thing about Taken, the scary thing about the first movie Taken, right, is that she goes into another. She's in another country when she's taken, right? Isn't she in France when she's taken or whatever? So it almost makes you feel like, oh God, if you go to another country, be careful, they'll abduct you and sell you as a sex slave. But the real scary thing is that in Taken, you don't go to another country and then get taken. You actually just get taken here in America. So that's actually the weird sort of thing to me that's like, well, the scary thing is that that happens to people here. So hit that like button, by the way. We're almost at 100 likes. Taken was predictive programming. Taken was like a documentary on that shit. Mr. Pico Boulevard.
Anne Frank's least favorite toy was Easy Bake Oven.
Anne Frank's least favorite toy was a cock. You know?
Shit bum.
Joe, I just found her case on Charlie Project.
Yes. Crispo, right? It should be, I think is it Sandra Crispo, or I forget her first name now. No, it's something else. I grew up with that kid. Well, I grew up with him, and it's just crazy. I've been trying for a long time to find, I've been Facebooking it out, my friend's mother missing, and he is destroyed by this. I talked to him here or there, and we've been over this several times, but Sandra Crispo was last seen Wednesday, August 2019. Her daughter arrived at her Hanson, Massachusetts home to find the lights on, AC on, Sandra gone. The Hanson Police Department is investigating. Well, they've never found anything. 40 days ago today was the last time. It's just, whatever. We could read through the whole thing and whatever, but she's missing. I asked every question the first couple of months. Since her daughter was still in Boston, another family member picked up Sandra and the boys and drove Sandra to drop off the vehicle at a mechanic's shop. Security footage shows Sandra getting out of the car and going into a Cumberland Farms to buy cigarettes, after which she was taken home. That's it. That's all she does, her daughter said. She's a homebody. Doesn't go out much. She doesn't have a lot of friends. She lives a very quiet life. And then that was it. She got dropped off at home, and then they never found her. And it was the next day. They were like, where are you? Where is she? They have no dogs, can't find her, nothing behind the house or cars in the mechanic shop. Weird. Her dog is usually jumping all over the place, not this time. Her daughter reported her mother missing and an investigation was launched. We have no idea where she is, Hanson police said. But there are no signs of foul play, nothing out of the ordinary at her house. We just don't know. Her mother does not have a cell phone or a computer, which police say makes it harder to locate someone as there is no digital trail. My gut is telling me something bad happened. Someone did this to her. She would never just leave her grandchildren, her dogs, her life. Her mother's not suicidal, was not on any medications, no serious problems or medical problems. Doesn't make any sense. She's not the kind of person who would just leave. So that's just weird. Every once in a while I talk to my friend about his mom, and it's like, oh, poor kid. Every day almost posts a picture about his mom. You know, that's the worst to see that on Facebook. You know, I see it all the time. I see him post about her all the time. Imagine that, man. Like, I don't know. I could never do that. A family, like, oh my God, bro. I'd be jacked up. Anyway, I'm really tired. And I should never have come on in the first place, but I did. And here we are. I'm tired. You tired? Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. Did my wife text me? I hope not. Oh, good. Thank God. I was like, oh my God, if she texted me at 1:30 in the morning, something's not right. I didn't talk about Star Trek at all, but that's okay. I think I've bored people enough here tonight. But, yeah, she didn't text me. I thought maybe my wife texted me. The wife texted me. I thought the wife texted me. Thank you to Todd Fair for the $20, man. And Gerald Armstrong, thank you. Yeah. That's about it, man. Yeah, you know, I've done. We'll see. Maybe I'll do an audiobook of my mother. About my mother. Let me see. What the hell is that? What is that? Is there a substance on my head? What is that? What is that? There's some kind of substance on my head. Or it was on this hat, now it's on my head. I'm writing 3 different stories right now. So, who wants to read those? Yeah. Holy shit. So I wrote like 2 pages in one book, then switched to another idea, and then started writing a few pages in that. Then I started writing something else. Then I stopped that, and then before I knew it, 2 hours had gone by and I had really nothing done. I was like, why did I just do this? I gotta go to work now. Stupid. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Drew Bar, everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. And, you know, I had to give you something because I said I would go live. So, everybody have a good night. Sleep well. Sleep hard. Keep it long. I'll show you my hockey stick. Good night.